Hi Curious! Now, I know you are all saddened by the departure of the most famous family on the planet from our TV screens, and I really understand. It was 14 years of broadcasting their lives. It's a whole cycle that's coming to an end. And if you sometimes get hooked on a show with 2 or 3 seasons, imagine having 20 of them at your disposal. But what I want to tell you in this video is, how did each and every member of the Kardashian Jenner family change? What did the show mean to each and every one of them? Many of you will want to hear how much money Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, Kylie, Kendall made. And of course, Rob. Let's not also forget the mom-magger Kris, and most of all, what will they do now that the show is over? And let's be honest, they could just not do anything with the amount of cash that they're generating, but alas, come and join me by jumping into this pretend time machine and let's take a trip down memory lane. But before we continue, don't forget to hit the bell and the notification buttons. One of the first to officially say goodbye to the program was what you might call the leader among the sisters, Kim. In her Instagram post, which by the way has 188 million followers, she wrote, "After what will be 14 years, 20 seasons, hundreds of episodes, and numerous spin-offs, we are more than grateful to all those who watched us during all these years, through the good and bad times, happiness, tears, relationships, and children. We will always appreciate the wonderful memories and the countless people we have met along the way." I think she's feeling really nostalgic already. What do you think, Curious? But how did Kim reach the top? Because as you know very well, the Kardashian sisters are the daughters of deceased lawyer Robert Kardashian, who defended his friend O.J. Simpson, accused of taking the life of his wife in a rather dubious situation. But we will not go into detail on that fact, but simply say that Papa Kardashian made a very good reputation as a lawyer and managed to make the family already gain some public recognition. But then later Kim became best friends with a fellow socialite, Paris Hilton, who we have a video about by the way, and even went as far as playing her personal assistant. And it is about her that we will talk about now, so be patient, it's all connected. In 2003, an intimate video of Hilton and her ex-boyfriend Rick Solomon began to circulate, and it was near the time that a reality show which she starred in was about to begin. But instead of affecting the model, she benefited from it, and the program The Simple Life was a huge success. Some of you might now be asking, yeah, but what does that got to do with Kim? I shall tell you. Just 3 years later, a video began to circulate, this time featuring Kim with her then boyfriend Ray J. The film was shot in 2002, a year after that of her friend Paris, but it was not released until 2007. Now, according to Ian Halperin, as he writes in his book about the family, a source that was friends with both Kardashian and Hilton said that this was all planned by the influencer and her mom-magger. Though these are just rumors, but on the other hand, she did sue the company for publishing the film and even pocketed about $5 million out of it. What do you think about it, Curious? With the video already out there in the world for everyone to see, a few months later, the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians began. Do you see how everything was connected in the end? And I don't think I have to tell you that it was a total success right from the start. Kim attributed it to them being 100% genuine like they are in real life. Season after season, she brought several boyfriends on the show. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to name them all, but just her husband Kris Humphries, whom she was married to for 72 days. And then in 2012, she met her Prince Charming, the rapper Kanye West, of whom we have plenty of videos about, but I will leave you with the one I think you might enjoy the most in the link above. But don't go yet, oh no, there is plenty more to come. To sum it up, they have 4 beautiful children, North, Chicago, Saint, and Psalm. And a little while ago, her husband, who was already quite media friendly, started to become very spiritual, and at the same time, he said he wanted to be president of the United States. The thing is, before that, Forbes declared Mr. West a billionaire, meaning he had passed the 1.3 billion figure. And the rapper was actually offended because he said it was more like 3 billion. Don't worry, Kanye, you're still richer than any of us can ever hope to be. The point I'm making here is that his wife, of course, also owns that fortune, and on top of that, Forbes stated that Mrs. West had a total net worth of $900 million. Curious, I don't think I can even begin to comprehend the amount of money the pair has. And just like her husband, Kim was also offended as she thought she already was a billionaire. There's always next year, guys. And to finish talking about her, I'll let you know that the reality star said that her company will continue to grow. At the moment, she has launched a line of waist trainers, a clothing brand Skims, as well as a new maternity line. And as if that wasn't enough, she continues her line of cosmetics, KKW Beauty, so I think the family will be fine once the show ends. Now, let's move on to perhaps the most beloved member of the family by her fans and Mom Kris too. Of course, I'm talking about Kylie Jenner. She is the youngest of the Kardashian Jenner clan, and when the show started, she was only 10 years old. And today, at the age of 23, there is no stopping her. Forbes magazine declared her as the youngest multimillionaire that had made her fortune without any kind of help. Well, if you don't count $250,000 as help. But of course, I was referring to starting the business. Don't get mad at me. At the age of 17, she had to launch her first line of cosmetics called Kylie Lip Kits, and the following year, she changed the name to what we know today as Kylie Cosmetics. She also got her own reality show because since 2014, she has been one of the greatest influencers of all time. In fact, today, she has 195 million followers on her Instagram account. But anyways, let's get back to her reality show, which was titled Life of Kylie. That is to say, her life, and it was exactly that, her private one, as a model and as a businesswoman and the public personality she became from a very young age. Life of Kylie was a spin-off of the original reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and it also showed how Kylie was trying to lead an ordinary life. I mean, if that is possible considering she is a millionaire. It also showed her friendship and her adventures with her then still socialite friend, Miss Jordyn Woods. Why aren't they friends anymore? Well, that's a pretty long story that connects Khloe, Jordyn, and Tristan. We also have plenty of videos about this matter as well. In short, the Kardashian sister had already given birth to True, and by then, Tristan was already under the watchful eye of his partner as he had messed up more than once. Well, at least the times that she had heard about. Then everything exploded when Khloe found out that at a party attended by Jordyn and the Kardashians' then boyfriend, the couple didn't apparently end up in an unclear situation where they allegedly cheating was involved. But according to Jordyn, at the time she was saying goodbye to everyone, Tristan approached her and gave her a kiss on the mouth. Khloe soon found out, of course, so the guy then had to pack his bags and move out. As for Miss Woods, a friend of the family for many years, she had to get her things together and go home as well. Kylie and she were like two peas in a pod, one that never left the other side. And when they did, it was not easy. I obviously talked about them as they were both regular stars on Kylie's reality show. Kylie's ex-BFF still misses her, and in her Instagram post she remembers her friend and little Stormy and hopes for a response, but all that she gets from the other side is a cold silence. So returning to the youngest of the sisters, the influence of millions of people continues with the cosmetics business. Even after she sold a big part of it to Coty, another company in the same area of expertise, for this deal, Kylie got $600 million. But with that money, the company got 51% of the shares. So from now on, the magnate will only be in charge of communications and the creative side of things. And now, without a further ado, we continue with the one who had the most unfortunate stories during the show, Khloe. She is the youngest of the Kardashian sisters, and maybe that's why, according to Mom Kris, she's the one who suffers the most from the reality show's farewell. And in an interview with Ryan Seacrest, the momagger said that Khloe is the one who's taking it the hardest. She hasn't stopped crying since the announcement of the end. She also added that there is still a lot of life left to live, and that they are going to have a better time doing what they do. She certainly has things very clear in her life. Among some of the things that Khloe mentioned in her Instagram post is that she was very grateful for the support she has received from her fans at all times. She also added that at the moment she was too emotional to fully express herself and that a cheesy post would come later. You can tell from her words that many difficult things have happened during the show. The story with Tristan is just the continuation of another one of her relationships. Yes, curious, I'm talking about Lamar Odom. They were married for 4 years, so naturally he was a part of the show. Odom confessed to being very sorry because of his problems, which included substance abuse as well as run-ins with the law. So Khloe said that she had enough with all that she had suffered because of him, and they ended up separating in 2013. She was emotionally affected and decided to live a healthier life, eat a healthy diet, and do lots of sports. And let me tell you, it is impressive at the level that she trains at. And following this celebrity's motivation, her life took a 360-degree turn to the point that Khloe started her own show, Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian, in which as the presenter, she motivated contestants along with a team of personal trainers and stylists who helped to improve the lives of those participating. But returning to the present, during the pandemic, the mother of one teamed up with Tristan Thompson to co-parent their daughter, True. And you can tell that they are handling it well because they are back together. Yes, I know, in spite of all that happened. And in one of the photos that she uploaded on the beach, her fans started to think that the photo wasn't of the beach itself, but of her stomach, hinting that she was pregnant. A little brother for True, maybe? But nothing has been confirmed about that. What we can tell you is that Khloe is still working on a lot of projects, and one of them is the collaboration that she does with her sisters, Kim and Kourtney, and it's called KKW Fragrance Second Diamond Collection. But that's the latest thing. It's not the only business that the Kardashian sisters have in common. To begin with, they had Dash Boutique, a clothing and accessory store that, according to them, with the help of the show, allowed them to go ahead. Then they have the Kardashian Glow, which are sunscreens and the Kardashian Beauty Cosmetics. And in addition, she has her own app where she has her workouts, clothing tips, and more. As if all that wasn't enough, she even has a book of her own, Strong Looks Better Naked, and according to Newsweek magazine, the socialite has a fortune worth $40 million. And for the one post alone on her Instagram account, she gets paid $250,000. So please, don't worry about her, she'll be just fine. And what about Kourtney, Kendall, Mom Magger Chris, who is the greatest mastermind behind all of this? Oh, and of course Rob? Well, if you want us to make the second part of this video and tell you more about the most famous family on the planet, let me know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.